Here we are. And so what they did was they already went through all the bans and picks on a different website. So those are all preset.
I'm absolutely
we see the Morgana banned out. Makes lots of sense. That Morgana was incredibly strong. Vladimir being banned out on the side of Murray State, probably a main for Life Essence. Kiana banned out. Pike banned out. Makes sense. Very strong picks.
The spear will find your back.
Looking like we see that Pantheon banned out. That Renekton banned out on the side of Murray State, not wanting them to hop back on that champion again. We got the Kled locked in. And the Fiora, who is a Kled counter, by the way. She has an ability called Repost. And what that does is Kled will fire out a cable, which will pull you in, do damage, and slow you down. And the idea is that he'll then be able to kill you when you're pulled back. Fiora's Repost will counteract that, rendering Kled's main form of CC essentially useless. So I am excited for that. We got the Dr. Mundo. Interesting decision. Looks like that could be a Dr. Mundo jungle, which would be incredible. That's become very popular recently. A Veigar locked in response to a Victor. Victor, of course, very fast with all of his abilities. He gets movement speed, so he's able to deal damage and run away very quickly. Camille banned out on the part of Murray State. Poppy banned out, looking to get rid of some of those heavy tanks. It seems very late game tank ban oriented. Kennen banned out to prevent that massive AoE ultimate. Gragas banned out. We're going to see who the final picks are. Scraw picking right now. Back on that Caitlyn. They chose not to ban that, possibly as a mistake. We got that Kaisa coming back in. They're both looking for a round 2 Thresh coming in with that Kaisa. An incredibly strong combination. And we got a Swain support. I have recently grown very accustomed to Swain support. I am excited to see what this has in store. So with Swain, Caitlyn, the idea is that Swain catches them with his W, which flies out, roots them in place, and then he's able to pull on them and tear a soul fragment out. Tear a soul fragment out, which gives him 5 permanent health boost. So for the rest of the game, he has 5 more health. So if he's able to pull out 20 soul fragments, he will have 100 bonus health permanently. And then when he uses his ultimate called Demon Flare, he will double that. So during the duration of his 12-second Demon Flare ultimate, he would have, in that case, 200 bonus life, making him incredibly tanky in the late game. Everything is locked in. We will wait for the spectator delay. I will be taking some Twitch chat questions. Let's see what we got. Anyone see Huni on Vlad against SKT? I unfortunately missed that. I will pretend like I was doing homework instead of playing Overwatch. But interesting that he made that champion look weak because Vladimir is incredibly hard to deal with late game. Veigar cage counter to Victor. Yes, actually, because of how fast Victor is able to move, it will come down to kind of a skill matchup. If Veigar can trap him in his cage, Veigar should be able to kill him pretty quickly. But if Victor is able to outmaneuver the Veigar's cage with the speed boosts he get, then Victor should actually be able to kill Veigar pretty cleanly. Victor does an incredible amount of damage, and is actually the only champion in League of Legends to start with his own unique item. The only other person being Kalista, who uses the item immediately. Sort of like Nasus. You mean Veigar's stacking is sort of like Nasus? So for that, those of you who don't know, every time Veigar kills a minion with his Q, he gets 1 bonus ability power. So if he were to kill 100 minions with his Q, then he would have 100 bonus ability power, which is essentially the amount of ability power of an extra item. So the idea is that the later the game goes, the more ability he will have. But you were actually talking about the Swain. Yes, very similar to Nasus, except with life instead of life steal. Yeah, with the soul shards. I I played some games recently as Swain's support, ripping out souls. I managed to boost myself by about 450 to 500, 450 to 500 extra life in my ultimate, which makes me incredibly hard to kill. So looking at the team comps, the difference we have here is they have switched places, with Murray State going for the late game tankier team. Swain will tank up with his passive, which is his soul shard ripping. Mundo will tank up and be incredibly hard to kill late game. Mundo gets phenomenal healing. Even Pro Play saw him for a while, just unable to do anything about it. Veigar, of course, scales. Theoretically, Veigar scales infinitely as long as the game goes on. Whereas it looks like Life Essence will be more interested in getting that early game with the Elise and the Victor. I would expect to see a lot of camping mid lane, with Victor able to offer some CC and Elise being very strong in the early game, but historically pretty weak in the late game. In the bot lane, I expect to see a lot of poke back and forth. If Thresh lands a hook, I would expect to see an all-in on the part of Life Essence. Whereas alternatively, if Swain lands a root, I would expect to see a trap and all-in on the part of Murray State. It's kind of whoever gets it off first. So we will be loading into the game right now. Interestingly enough, you can see Swain is running Electrocute. Electrocute in addition to a different rune page, which will offer him some sustainability, some biscuits, which he can eat for extra mana, extra healing, and then also, probably, I would imagine he took that Zhonya's Hourglass. I will be bringing the scoreboard up with the time controls off. On the directed camera, we are in game. Nice Victor skin. I don't actually recognize that skin, but the technical term is that's a spicy skin. Got some shenanigans looking right here from Skra. We got that high noon. Got that high noon Thresh. Fiora getting just a little bit of damage off, and that ring. Oh, looks like Kled might get caught out. Veigar getting an auto off. Mundo coming in. He does have. Oh, he did not start that. That was actually a mistake on the part of Mundo. He has a cleaver throw he can start, which would have slowed Kled down and possibly gotten them a kill in the early game. Murray State able to take out that ward right there, which is incredibly good, because that means that the jungler can go for either side. Still, looks like Mundo is opting to stay top lane, possibly start his Raptors, possibly start his blue buff. In contrast to that, Life Essence will be sitting by their red buff. Red buff is a very common first buff to take because you have two people leashing instead of just one. Kai'Sa, when she leashes, she always leashes to that proc. And we expect to see a Veigar not looking to take too many fights, just wanting to farm up. See what he can do in the mid lane. Kled missing that first minion. Not off to a great start in the top lane. Swain missing his first soul fragment take. Not off to a good start bottom lane. But I'm excited about what we have in store. Looks like Kled landed that ability, but nothing came of it. Victor being very harassing. That's what you want to see on a Victor, that early game harass. Kled landing another, but does not get it anywhere. If Fiora manages to get just outside of the range of that, then she will survive with no ill effects. Veigar taking a little bit of harass damage from the Victor. Thresh missing that hook. Fiora jumped in for a little bit of poke damage. Kled getting off that. Looks like we got... Oh, parried that for the stun, going in for the true damage. Kled is off of his lizard, and he is forced on the back foot. So what happened there was what I mentioned earlier, just what Fiora wants to do. Parry that, and what happens, and I forgot about this, is as soon as you parry... Oh, coming in with a gank in the mid lane. Veigar forced to flash. He does get that cage up, but it looks like he was stunned by the Victor. That flash is gone from the Veigar. Like I said, we did expect that Elise to camp that Victor. Iconic to see Swain taking Soul Shard off Thresh. That is pretty ironic, considering Thresh canonically does in fact have the soul of Lucian's wife, who is another ADC. Mundo coming in with that gank in the mid lane, choosing to back off as Victor gets that speed boost. Looks like, oh, Kai'Sa forced a flash. A lot of stuff is going down. This game is a fiesta. Mundo coming in. He does land that cleaver with the stun, and the first blood goes over to the Mundo. That was incredible. He will now be looking to take out some of that jungle in the top lane. Kai'Sa goes back, healing up, teleporting back in. She is down flash. Was not able to buy any items to build anything, but instead opts to get another starting item. It has really good base stats, but does not build in anything, forcing you to... Oh! That was an incredible wombo combo, as they call it. Support marksman. Yes, absolutely. So that's the plan that they had all along, was as soon as they land that root, Caitlyn puts down a trap. Swain pulls the unfortunate victim into the trap, allowing a headshot, a soul fragment, and in that case, a kill. Caitlyn does avoid that web. Mundo coming back to mid lane. Mid lane getting a lot of attention. Victor forced to flash away. Can he get that stun down? Mundo flashes away and gets himself another kill. 3-0 on the part of Murray State. Kled going in. Can Fiora get him off? She fails to repost. She does not time that repost perfectly, but she does manage to get spell immune to it. I get so excited with these kind of... Kled going back in, Fiora forced to flash. That is unfortunate. Kled is an incredibly strong late game. Kled going in for the tower dive. Fiora, he does get him, but Mundo is right there. Stops his grump to get him. Can Kled flash away? He cannot. It looks like there was some miscommunication as he was unable to get that flash. It looks like Swain almost able to get that thresh when Caitlyn is forced to back for that BF sword, which is an incredibly strong power spike. Well, as soon as Caitlyn gets back to lane, I would expect them to immediately begin. Oh, looks like they're looking to set up a tower dive on Swain. We got that double CC with Caitlyn coming away with a kill. That, of course, is always the risk of a support choosing to stay when the ADC has gone back, as you do set yourself up for those tower dives. Victor, of course, forcing Veigar out of lane. Not a problem. Veigar has not fallen behind in farm, and in fact might be ahead on gold because of that 1 assist. Is definitely ahead on gold with the 1 assist and the 6 farm ahead. Victor, though he is able to poke him away, Veigar in theory will eventually outscale. So Veigar is more than happy to just sit back under tower whenever he needs to, farm up, wait for late game when he will be unstoppable. I'm not quite sure what just happened there in the bot lane. It looked like Thresh was trying to back and possibly looked away from his screen as Skra was just able to walk up, get an auto attack off for the kill. An interesting animation interaction as Thresh's hook. Animation did not go through in the hitbox, but did stay on the screen for a few seconds, but having no adverse effect. Not quite sure what happened right there. As they would say on the Rift, Rito, fix your hitboxes. Thresh and Kai'Sa coming back in, dodging that Swain Soul Fragment ripping, dodging that second Soul Fragment ripping. For those of you that don't know, that eye has an incredibly long range. It can offer both vision and a Soul Fragment if it does manage to land. The idea of Swain is you catch them, cast the eye, pull them into the eye so you get double Soul Fragments. Bot lane, of course, contesting that vision. Interestingly enough, we have not seen either side go for the dragon. We got a bait coming in on the part of Fiora. She fares, but she does not manage to get that stun off. Kled forced to flash, then uses his ultimate to get away, and it will be an unsuccessful gank, but Kled is left without a flash, so I would expect for Mundo to pay a visit again sometime soon to his good friend Fiora in the top lane. Swain coming in, and it looks like Elisa's coming in for that bot lane. Caitlyn has flash and heal available. She will opt not to use those. Thresh missing the hook. Caitlyn flashing away. Flash and heal is off. Elise forced to repel and get out with no kills on either side. Thresh did burn his flash. Kai'Sa did have flash unavailable. Oh, pulling in. Got tried. No electrocute proc. And Elise forced to flash away. That was an incredible turnaround on the part of Swain. Kled going in deep for that Fiora. Fiora looking to use some of that lifesteal, get that passive off. She can hit that mark. And both sides looking to just back off. Fiora may be interested in going back in, but is unable to do so. That's incredible. Nice retreat. It's a strategic attack backwards, I believe, is the technical term. But that was done really well on the part of Swain. It's possible his electrocute was on cooldown because I have no doubts that that would have been able to kill him. That Ignite going off, he lands, he misses that soul fragment as Kai'Sa just hits level 6 and is able to avoid Mundo coming in for his 4th kill of the night, looking for his 5th. Can he hit that cleaver? He does. He's going. He's tower diving. I just know it. Scraw steals the kill away from him, but that's okay. Mundo's got a big heart and even bigger muscles, and he does not mind. Fiora looking to try and trade kills in the top lane. Does not manage to do it. However, even though she's 0-2, she's probably not too far behind on farm because of the minion difference with Kled. Pretty much unable to farm it in this game. 39 farm at 9 minutes is pretty bad considering the elo. So Fiora, with a little bit of lifesteal, might be able to stay. I'm going to need some water after this one. Veigar was able to poke out. Oh, looks like the stun does land. Veigar flashes over the wall, gets hooked by Thresh. He is going to go down, but not before he gets his ultimate off, and they do trade kills. And we got 3 people in the mid lane looking to get some turret plating, get a little bit of that gold. Mundo at 402 already is just incredibly strong. 2 turret plates, and they will opt to back off, letting Thresh pick up those souls. And the bot lane looks like they're planning to trade some turrets as well. Can they get any turrets? They get 1 turret, and they opt to back off, as they can tell that Murray State is coming down for that ping. It looks like Murray State, with their 2,500 gold lead, will be trying to force those. Kled going in for another engage. The repost does not land the stun. Fiora popping her ultimate. If she lands all 4 of those marks, then she gets epic bonus damage. She did it. Can Kled get it back? He's almost got his lizard back. 1 more auto. And it looks like we got a fight in the bot lane too, with Scrog going down to Elise. Repels out, is able to get out Swain. Ultimate coming in. He does get double life on that. Easy Fox. Mundo taking out another one. Looks like Veigar might go down. He does go down for a total of 3-4-1 on the part of Life Essence. They are bringing it back again, just like we saw. 2 fights in 2 different places with Elise as the only casualty. That is so worth it for Life Essence, bringing their gold deficit to only 1,200. It's exactly what we saw in the last game, happening all over again. Murray State getting that huge lead early is not able to capitalize on it. Victor putting down that, see if he can get a stun off. He does manage to get the stun, but not before Veigar is able to clear out those minions. We got the calm before the storm right here. Veigar farming up as always. Mundo looking to secure those objectives. Contrary to last game, Mundo will be trying to get those objectives. Murray State is red this time, so they have different positioning. Hey, thanks so much, Woogie. I do love this game, so it's a little easier. We got Thresh coming in for the rotate mid. Victor ultimate going down. He does get that kill. Mundo coming in. It looks like he will not choose to engage, even though he had that ultimate up. That would have been an interesting engage. I think he possibly could have done it. But at 5-0 with only 1 jungle item, he is probably sitting on a tremendous amount of gold. Victor does get that kill, which is incredibly good for Life Essence. If they can shut down that Veigar, with Victor getting kills, Victor can solo carry games with that incredible movement speed. He can be pretty much everywhere at once. Someone get this man some water. I am coughing an awful lot. I underestimated how excited I'd be with that flash going in with the hook, landing perfectly onto Caitlyn. Can't scrog it out. We got the teleport coming into the bottom lane from Veigar. Sorry, excuse me, not from Veigar. We got a double kill on Elise. Fiora not able to cancel that teleport, is hit with that hook, but it is reposted for the stun. Mundo coming in, choosing not to engage on a 4v2. They will back out with the both bot lane as casualties. And Fiora opting to stay, seeing if she can outplay this. She pops her ultimate against the Kled. Mundo coming in. Can they do something? It looks like they will turn this around. Flash from the Elise for the kill does not land. Mundo getting that epic shutdown. Mundo will not be pulled in by the Kled, opting to break away. He goes back in. He is so tanky. Can Veigar get out? The stun does land. Look at that damage. A little bit of return damage, but not enough to make that trade worth it. Everyone opting to back off a little bit and give everybody a quick breather, except, of course, Victor, who's trying to kill Veigar. And it looks like we have another lane swap, perhaps. Wayne going in, looking to contest some vision. Kled, not sure if he can fight or not because they don't have vision on Caitlyn at the moment. Kled opting to stay to go in on that Caitlyn. Can they do it? Kaisa will need to ult in, except she does not have ult. She's coming in, getting those autos out. Swain ult, immediately deleted. And Swain will go down here. And a double kill onto Kled. Just some major miscommunication on the part of Murray State. We now see the dragon being pinged on the part of Life Essence, and they will check for vision, clear out that vision, but also they do not have vision on that Mundo. They do now. Mundo stopping that back. That is just a little thing people like to do just to annoy them. It did force Victor to stay, and with a wave that size and not much mana in his pocket, that will be very good on the part of Murray State. It gives him more dragon pressure. If Victor's not able to rotate with full life and mana, they're more likely to be able to take that. Mundo going, it looks like he's going to get caught by 3 people. Will Fiora come down and help him? She seems oblivious to his predicament, opting to farm top. Veigar does get hit by that hook. He will go down. The double stun. He will die to the Elise. Again, Mundo and Fiora not moving much from their lanes, but that was probably in the best interest of the masses, as it would have been a 4v3 with a disadvantage on their part. Veigar, for the first time, down in farm against his lane opponent. Now definitely, unfortunately, losing his lane at 1-4. Kaisa, 215, 102 farm at 15 minutes. That is an okay amount of farm, and it is actually ahead. It looks like Fiora's going in, pops the ultimate. Mundo coming in. It's a 2v2 in the top lane. Will we have an epic fight on our hands? And it looks like Elise will repel and go, missing that stun, going for the Fiora, and she will go down to the Fiora. Her first kill of the evening. And that was a good idea, actually, to give that kill over to her. Mundo at 6-0 has had more than his fair share of kills. So it is about time that Fiora had a turn. Kaisa sitting there in the mid lane with both bot towers down. They are looking to add some pressure. Swain trying to push out with his eyeball. Mundo contesting vision in the jungle at 6-0. Mundo is incredibly tanky. Kled farming up a little bit in the top lane. Looking at the lane difference again, at the very first stream, this is what I had mentioned with Murray State being pretty uneven across the board. 1-3 in the top lane, 6-0 in the jungle, 1-4 in the mid lane, and then even in the bot lane, making for a pretty uneven fight. However, Veigar with his scaling, I imagine he will actually be okay with this. And Fiora will get some epic lifesteal later in the game, allowing her to just become a nuisance, looking for a lot of 1v1 fights. Contesting some vision down in that tri-bush. Contesting some more vision up there in the river. Vision is incredibly important. If you look over at the vision score on Thresh, he has 29 at 17 minutes. That is a pretty good amount. The objective as a support is you want to go for double the amount of vision score as there is time. Swain looking like he's about to get cut out. Does pop that ultimate. Veigar right there. Thresh did not know Veigar was there, and Swain maybe will know. Easy Fox is godlike for 7 kills. Caitlyn getting caught out by that ultimate, and she will go down to the Elise. Elise coming down, going on this way and trying to go aggro. They got a 3v1 with Jungle right there. He will be stunned by the Victor ultimate. Victor getting a kill. Will Mundo go down, able to flash away? Look at that healing. 250 life per second. There is nothing that Life Essence can do at 7-0. Mundo has opted for a full heal build. That item you see right there It's called Spirit Visage, and what it does is it increases the amount of healing that you receive by 20%. So Mundo's ultimate gives him an incredible amount of healing already, but now he gets 20% more. Mundo contesting that vision. With that Veigar opting for... Oh! Veigar does throw up a thing, but he is unable to get it. Thresh landing that perfect hook. We got a fight up in the top lane with Kled getting that kill. Mundo going in. Will he go down for the first time this game? Mundo goes down. Top lane getting that 1,000 gold shut down again. For 6-1-4. Oh, so reminiscent of the last game. This is exactly what we saw before from Murray State. They got a huge lead in the early and then were just unable to capitalize from it. That Rift Herald will do an incredible amount of damage. No turret plates, of course, on the second turret, the tier 2 turrets, so they will choose to back off, go back. Kled will have a phenomenal amount of gold to spend right now. I'm going to look at his item inventory. Let's see what he's going to build. He does opt to finish off that Titanic Hydra, just like he did on the Renekton. Same idea, lots of damage, lots of healing. Gets a dagger. Skra, of course, taking that red buff as he does. Thresh, excuse me, that was not Skra. Kai'Sa taking that red buff as she does. Thresh getting her to lane faster. Alright, so looking at everything we've got across the board, we do have a 1-5 Veigar, which is unideal, but again, remember, Veigar does scale incredibly hard. Theoretically, he scales infinitely. Same with Swain. The idea here is for Murray State to be able to get a team fight with Mundo in it, and hopefully Kled not. At 6-0, Kled will be incredibly strong. That Black Cleaver item, he has the red and black one there, second from the right. What it does is it negates a significant portion, I believe it's 20% of armor. So Mundo, as tanky as he is, if Kled goes in with Black Cleaver, Mundo will be unable to respond very well because his armor will be reduced. That will also increase the amount of damage that the Kai'Sa is able to get off, making Mundo far more irrelevant. It looks like Fior's popping that ultimate. We got a fight here in the bot lane. Can Fior do it? Trying to get that last proc off. She does for that true damage. Gets stunned, knocked up. It looks like Kled will try and get his Lizard back. He's running away, but he's taking so much minion damage, and he responds. Fior reposting that. The Lizard coming back. Kled choosing not to fight back. He does not have ultimate up, but Swain is around, so the Kled is forced to retreat, teleporting to get out of there a little bit faster. And while this is happening, looks like Life Essence is looking to sneak that Baron. They don't know they're there. Oh, maybe they do. Caitlyn's coming in. Caitlyn and Veigar are coming in. They will not be able to do anything. That was a beautiful play on the part of Life Essence, and the blue team does come away with that Baron. And it looks like, will Murray State try and contest it? They will. Going in. If they kill them, then they lose that Baron buff. And it looks like, oh, Mundo gets hooked. Nothing happens off of that. He's got those magic boots. Thresh popping the ultimate, and they will run away. Not exactly with their tails tucked between their legs. They are opting to spend the massive amount of gold they got from that Baron. Party hats on Baron. Yes, absolutely. What a Baron steal. That was just incredibly well done on the part of Life Essence. I can't even be mad about that, even as a diehard fan of Murray State University. Looks like everything's settled down for just a second. Eye of the storm, as they call it. We're right here in the middle. Give it maybe 30 seconds. Something big will happen soon. Just trying to keep blast out the Baron. It's a good idea. You just don't want those super minions getting to your towers. Coming in, grabbing that blue buff as a good jungler does. Passing it off on one of the players. In this case, it looks like the Kai'Sa got it. Victor looking to tempt Fiora with a little bit of a 1v1. Will she take the bait? She does take the bait, popping that ultimate. Victor puts down his stun. We got to fight in the top lane. We got to fight in the bottom lane. And it looks like Thresh was caught out, and Blackwing for his second kill of the night. Fiora taking a huge amount of damage from that. Victor is unable to kill him and will run away, but that is okay because Murray State got a kill on the Thresh down in the bot lane, trading 0 for 1, putting Murray State on the foot forward for the first time in a while. Going for the top lane. Victor will opt to use that back. Swain preventing that back. That repost. Victor jumps away, unable. We get that. Ace in the hole in a crit with Scraw shutting down the Victor for a total of 700 gold. What I want to see right now is Scraw grab that red buff, maybe grab some Raptors, go back, spend that gold on another critical hit item, and he will be able to do a little more damage. Maybe we can see if he can carry this game. Although now that I think about it, maybe Mundo, with his 2 items, is far more equipped to carry this game at 8-1, having over half of Murray State's kills. Isa coming in, looking to get a little bit of damage off. Caitlyn popping some minions, not letting him get to tower, and it looks like Life Essence has been really surprisingly unable to capitalize on having Baron. They haven't taken anything except an unfortunate fight in which Thresh went down. Looks like Kled might be trying to change that just a little bit as he's pushing out top lane pretty hard. Mundo killing some wolves in his spare time. Lots of pings going down on the map as Mundo clears out that vision, giving Life Essence a second to infiltrate Murray State's jungle. But there is vision. Kaisa dodging that soul fragment rip, dodging that second soul fragment rip. They will keep them away from tower. I don't know how much longer we have on the Baron, but it's only a couple more minutes. Murray State behind, actually, by 4,500 gold. Lifeway sitting there in the bush for a pick, unaware that they are on one of Murray State's wards. We'll see how long they wait here. It's interesting they did not choose to... Oh, and Murray State knew they were there. They set up for a play. Mundo going in, landing everything. They got a pick. Blackwing takes out Thresh for the second time this evening. We got that teleport coming in. That Swain ultimate going off, and they will opt to back off with Fior's teleport coming in just a little bit late. A 0 for 1 on the part of Murray State. Again, Caitlyn coming in. She will be flashing away. Taking out that Elise, places a trap, going in for that kill shot. Caitlyn with her 5th kill of the night. It is so hard to tell what is going on in these fights. It is just incredible. Everyone is fighting everyone. Murray State able to get a couple more kills. They did trade Vhagar for that, even though he flashed away. He was taken out, it looks like, by the Elise. Oh, jeez. Last time I streamed like this, I had someone who got me water. But here in this closet all alone, I don't. Looks like Kled's going in with that ultimate. They will be focusing Mundo if they can burst him down quickly. Mundo flashing away. He will go down to the Kaisa, though. That is their one tank. Swain getting caught out. Does not have anything. Is forced to flash away. Flashes in. The hook landing on Scraw. Swain will go down right after that for a double kill on the Kaisa. That Vhagar was unable to do anything, arriving to the fight just a second too late with that cage. He does make it out with his life, though. Better to live and run away in one piece than to fight and die today. Fiora coming in. She was in a side lane, also unable to respond to that beautiful pick by Life Essence. Vhagar not landing his cage. Fiora going in for just a little bit, and it looks like Life Essence will be pushing this tower. They don't have any minutes. They're going for the tower dive. Looks like they did trade kills. No, they didn't trade kills. At least Tower Dove took some tower shots and unfortunately was taken out. They did not have Kled for that fight. Fiora going a little deep, trying to get some minions, keep them off of tower. Mundo with his 2nd death of the night. After being 8-0, he has been focused twice and just killed both times. And if you look at the inventory of Life Essence, both Victor and Elise are building or have built Nomicon, which is the item that will prevent healing. The whole point of Mundo's character is he does not go down easy. He keeps healing no matter what. So with those double items, Mundo will not have any healing he'll be able to do. That's what I was talking about with Murray State in the last game. Is I wish they had some of those healing reduction items, which they opted not to buy. Mundo going in, trying to get on the Kled. This will be a 3v4. Kled managing to stay. Mundo looks like he will go down. Can he get out? Kled landing that hook, pulls him back in. Caught by the Thresh. That was a beautiful pick for Elise's 8th kill of the night. And they will immediately, with that jungle down, they will instantly jump on that Baron. Let's see, will they be able to get it? Murray State is fully aware of this Baron. Life Essence looking for their 2nd Baron of the night. Fiora coming in. Thresh holding on that outside. He will try and hook Scraw. Blue team does take Baron. Swain going in with that ultimate. That was an ill-advised fight, and it looks like he will go down to the victor's 6th kill of the night. Flash is coming down. Veigar is caught again by that incredibly powerful Victor ultimate. He does manage to trade kills, however, with the Thresh for the 3rd time in a row. Veigar and Thresh will kill each other. Life Essence looks like they know what they're doing this time. They will be using that Baron buff to try and take some inhibs. Mundo going in solo, but there's so much healing reduction. He goes down immediately with Kai'Sa being on a rampage for the 2nd time tonight. 2 inhibs down. Life Essence will opt just to back off and buy some items. Not much Murray State can do right now as they will try and stop these backs. Fiora going in very deep. Does manage to survive, reposting that extra damage. Don't think she would have died, but it was a good idea. Murray State really just needs to slow everything down. Mundo needs another couple items. He is building that Bramble Vest that we actually talked about earlier with the Scion main. Building that Bramble Vest. We're looking for Fiora to grab a couple more items, maybe a little more lifesteal. Mundo to tank up just a tiny bit more, and Veigar to just keep stacking. Unfortunately, only 161 farm will not be enough to make a huge difference in this game. 4 and 7 though, Veigar is slowly catching up. Life Essence doing their 2nd dragon of the night. Looking to get that movement speed buff. They have taken down the dragon for, sorry, not their 2nd, for their 3rd dragon of the night. Kai'Sa pushing that side lane there. They've only got 1 more inhib that they need to go for. Can they do it right now? 30 minutes into the game. Life Essence is looking like they want to finish this out. Caitlyn again trying to deal out that damage from a distance. Kai'Sa does get caught. Immediately popping that ultimate. Everybody's going in down to the mid lane. Veigar with a double kill scaling just like we saw. Shut down for Swain on the Victor. Everyone's going deep, and Murray State taking out 3 of Life Essence. Will it be last game in reverse? Stay tuned to find out. After those kills, Murray State is opting to back off. That was an incredible play by Veigar, who got that cage up, dropped his meteor, launched his Q, got his ultimate off for a beautiful, beautiful double kill. And Swain was able to finish off that Kai'Sa with his ultimate. Both Veigar and Swain are infinitely scaling champions, so that's exactly what we would expect to see. A little bit of time and a lot of scaling. And you're right, Woogie. Let's go in the chat. Can I get some shoes up in the chat? Now, looking at the item builds, Fiora has opted to get a Guardian Angel. What happens is after she dies, she will come back to life with 30% of her HP and mana. Meaning, if she gets immediately deleted by Kled or someone goes all in on her, uses up all their abilities, she will come back to life once every 5 minutes. It looks like we got Kled and Fiora with that advantage. Can Fiora finally take out Kled? Opting not to. Swain going in a little deep. Kai'Sa coming in. We got a 2v2 in the bot lane. Who will go down? Fiora goes down, but she's got that Guardian Angel practice. Going to be resurrecting her, but it looks like she will go down immediately. She does flash away. She does go down to the Elise. Thresh getting that perfect hook in there. Another Guardian Angel procced from Scraw. He will go down as well for a double kill onto the Elise and a single kill. And it looks like Life Essence will look to end the game right here. Murray State only had 3 people against the 5 people. There will be nothing they can do. Mundo is going to try and live. He lives for so long, but he will not be able to stop. As the inevitable takes place, they are ending it. Just like before, Mundo will go down in an ace moments before the fall of the Nexus. And that will be the second game of the night. A crushing loss from the part of Murray State.